Well, it's spring break time, and that means many people heading out of the state of Michigan, a lot of road trips this time of year. But what happens if you're involved in a car crash in another state besides Michigan? Here to give us a few pointers, as he does every week, Attorney Tom Sinus of Sinus Dramus Law Firm. And Tom, are Michiganders involved in crashes in different states entitled to our no-fault benefits we have here?
Well, Derek, it's a great question. And a reason it's a great question is because, as we've talked about before, no-fault benefits, although it's kind of a funny word, are really, really important to people who've been involved in crashes. If people choose lifetime benefits, then they can have their lifetime medical care through the auto no-fault system. And there are things like wage loss replacement. So we so frequently think about these things as crashes occurring within Michigan, but the no-fault statute specifically says that certain groups of people are entitled to no-fault benefits if they're involved in auto accidents occurring in another state or even in Canada. So who are those people? Well, they are people who are named insureds under a Michigan automobile no-fault policy. So if your name is listed on the deck page as a named insured, you're one of those people. Also, spouses of a named insured or any other relatives who live with a named insured. If any of those people are involved in an out-of-state motor vehicle accident, they're entitled to no-fault benefits. And it's important to note that this extends even if they are injured in another car. So for example, if I fly to Florida and I get involved in an accident in a rental car, because I'm a named insured under a Michigan no-fault policy, those no-fault benefits follow me. And so this is important to know because it's a broad scope of benefits that applies to a lot of people, and people don't usually think about it until they're maybe at that rental car counter deciding what kind of coverages to buy, and they don't realize that in many instances, certain coverages follow them automatically.
Yeah, good point there on the rental cars as well, Tom. What about claims against the person who maybe caused that crash?
Another great question. That's a different issue. That is the question of whether or not, if another person causes the crash, do you, the victim, have a claim against them? We typically call these liability claims. And yes, under nearly every state in the country, you can pursue a claim against the person who caused the crash. Now, when we're talking about out-of-state accidents, that usually means that we're talking about a liability claim that exists under the laws of the state where the accident occurred, or maybe another state. So here you have this rather complicated intersection of two state laws. You have the Michigan no-fault benefit claim, which, as we said, extends out of state. And then there is the liability claim, which may involve various aspects of the other state law. And there's a complicated interrelationship between these two claims, but people should know that if, heaven forbid, their vacation is ruined by an automobile accident, that they have perhaps both of these claims, and they need to carefully consider what they would want to do with them if, heaven forbid, something happens.
Yeah, certainly prudent, important stuff this time of year. Where do people track you down, Tom?
They can find us online at www.sinusdramus.com. They can shoot us an email at info@sinusdramus.com or give us a call, 616-301-3333.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Derek.